Alright, the stream seems to be up. Let's check the audio sounds. And, oh, don't drop the controller. And then send the links out and we will begin. Sounds. And, oh, don't drop the controller. Okay, and I think last time we heard that the microphone audio was a little low, so I'm going to turn that up also. So let's see what this sounds like. So let's see what this sounds like. So it's a little bit better. We'll have to see what the chat says once we go in, but this should be okay.
So what? We're winning. Yeah, they bottom out. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Huh, that's funny. I didn't know it would do that. Yes. Discord apparently now warns me if I try to ping everyone because there's so many people on the server. So that's it. Exciting. We've surpassed 30 people on the Last Librarian Discord server.
Oh yeah, they're the freelancer. Oh, Figo, come on.
Almost ready. One more thing.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. Something river, life is on. What?
I got no complaints, dude. So long as I don't get copyright strike.
You said almost ready, and it reminded me of that song, Country Roads, take me home. That was a horrible shot. It was red time. That was green time. And that went to top
okay, now let's just not listen to my roommates singing.
Oh, that rhyme! What do you mean? That was amazing!
So, today we have a bunch of bugs to fix. Basically, this version was sent to the alpha testers. And then we got a lot of feedback. I have about 2 full pages of bugs and typos and things. We're just going to go through as many as we can in the next 2 hours, and then I'll finish the rest over the next few days. Let's put the volume a little lower. Full screen. Nope. Okay, so actually I need a new game. Okay, so now if we do this, yeah, so this is one bug.
I don't know, I think that's really cool.
And now here's the second part of this bug, which is why I noticed it. So that shouldn't overlap. We're going to go through this cutscene, which, by the way, has a nice, beautiful fade animation, which also broke a bunch of stuff.
No, gold kick. Oh, gold kick. What up? This guy.
So there's a nice fade. Now the problem is, I can just equip that. If we go to the controls options now, oh, never mind, that's not what was causing the issue. Okay, so at some point I saw that one of my testers, I was with him in person, we tried to change control options, and there was no black background behind it. It was like still transparent.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I drove with you know Cheyenne? Yeah, she drove me this way.
Let's see if this is something that will work.
One of those prayers. It's gonna be a good service, and I'm like,
Nope.
oh, cool. Like, yeah. She was like, people are gonna cry. And I'm like,
Did you cry?
no, I mean, but I did react. I felt a lot of joy.
Good.
In that service.
Have you been to Mosaic?
Alright, it was silent for a moment, but we're back now. I basically just fixed some typos. I'm looking for these. There's always a bunch of typos. But the beta testers never see them. They're exterminated. Okay, this I can cross off because that was actually false. That was not a typo. Skeleton archer, the librarian order defeated him. This comma. Okay. The fun thing about this section of the development, this phase, is that there's so many there is so many things that we have to do, but they're like all tiny little things, so I just get to check off like 15, 30 things in an hour of just working on stuff. Let's see here. What I do to figure out the typos is I write the quote of what it is, and then I think I know what cutscene that is, but oh, there we go. Found that one. But I can't always remember, and I'm like looking in the wrong cutscene or whatever. And there's so much text, trying to read it all again. Let's see, anything else? Magic forged from chaos. Just add that little poetic word. Check. We've checked off 4 things in the last minute. So much good progress. Let's see here. Tags. DS. This is interact. Is there something that isn't interactable? Corner jumping. At any rate, traps. This is a outdated concept, but this is basically something that doesn't show up from Revelation. So like the spikes, I didn't want to show up from Revelation because too much. I don't remember what it's called. Switch pedestal, maybe? I think that's it. Let me check. Yes, that's the object I wanted to add. Okay. That was the pedestal switches in one of the areas for a puzzle. There's like, I think 9 of them, and so basically anything that has more than 1 or 2 in a single place, not a good thing to be shown by Revelation because you get really messy graphics when you do that. Also, it's apparently one of the most inefficient things. Like, it caused a lot of issues with performance. And that's actually one thing we're going to do today, hopefully a little bit, is investigate performance. I'm getting some reports of performance issues on lower end laptops, which bother me because it looks like it should be fine. There's also some known issues with, like on Windows 10 NVIDIA things, sometimes you'll get like a game that runs at 50 FPS reliably, and like it could run higher, but it's not, and I can't replicate it. So I'm a little worried that I'm going to release this and that's going to happen. Because people just keep playing and they're like, this game feels a little slow. And you're looking at it, you're like, that's because it's not running at 60 frames per second. But it's not because it's a performance, it's like a driver issue. So that's so much more hard to deal with. But we'll try to look into that. Some of these things I'm going to mark as complicated. And I'll do those over the next week.
Alright, man, going down.
It took long enough.
Update credits, Linux lines.
Hey, it's ain't never been a
We'll do that later.
hey.
Control options. Okay, some of these things I'm pushing off to another update because I don't think they're important.
Give me that trainer off. How do you want mine?
You can do whatever you want. I'll beat you with time finishing on.
You see, no, not sure. If I'm losing, then I'll turn it on and make a pay.
Sword depth issues. Just looking at my list here. Micah, I recall, was. Okay, let me see. Here's my trick here. Micah.
One of the best players.
Here we go.
And you can't deny that.
And there's the 2. I want numlock on, thank you. 2 was. I don't need that.
Hazard or Aguero?
Wases.
You decide.
Catherine Soma. Okay, so this one's tricky. This is actually one we definitely need to do a full search for. So it should only really this many. Here lies Catherine Soma Sore. So the Soma Sore should be space, and just Sore can be like that. But this then should be Drake without a dash, if I'm gonna do it that way. So this should actually, okay, I see. Okay, because if I'm gonna do that reliably, because here, Catherine Sore, I want the dash. Catherine Soma Sore should have a space. So that's good. Catherine Soma Sore. And then that means, though, that Drake should also be the same dealio. Drake Soma Sore. Let's just... Oh, it was hidden by the text box. I would have almost seen that. Drake Soma Sore. And then this one should also be a space. Vengeful Spirit of the Myths. Is that how you spell vengeful? That looks wrong to me. Vengeful. No, that's right.
F-U-L.
Also, if you type vengeful, Spirit is the first one that you can add on Google. So I guess it's a real thing. What's a vengeful spirit? Oh, it's a thing from other games. Of course it is. Dota 2. Guess I'm not that surprised. It's a character too.
Who needs time
Wow.
finishing?
Weird. Anyways, that doesn't kind of irrelevant. Kind of a tangent. I can mark that off.
I gotta dump it on the coach.
Music for Giant Globber. Nope, not doing that for various reasons. Mostly I don't have music, but also it's not technically a boss. It's a regular enemy. It just happens to be really dangerous. We're gonna use it in other areas of the game.
Wow. What? Are you trash talking?
Let's see, another thing.
What information are you playing?
Skeleton Archer Rise sound. This is a funny bit. So there's a sound effect for skeletons rising, and that the sound effect does not play for archers. So let's go to Kenwith, Room Kenwith, instances, enemies.
Wait, why do you have David Silva? Oh, no,
skeleton, soldier,
was confusing me.
here.
You know how there's two Silvas, right? And then,
I think I didn't save.
I saw Silva and I thought
Dang
it
it.
was like the midfielder Silva. I was like, why do you have
Maybe
the
I did.
midfielder?
Probably not, I probably didn't save. Dang it. Why did I do that? It's okay, we'll just span through the cutscene again. Yeah, I didn't. What do you know? Alright, let's go. We're not gonna hear the... Okay, we have to... Actually, that's... interesting. I didn't know that would happen.
Giovanni?
They can attack me during the cutscene? How mean. It's not something I need to fix, though.
Me too. I don't like him.
See, that guy popped up? Nothing.
How about Lozano?
Also, his range is different. That's weird. Oh, because...
They don't get as much recognition because like, he doesn't score as much.
What do you mean? He beat Germany.
Slain. Let's save. Okay, so now we just need the skeleton archer, the rise. Here's the AI. Skeleton rise bow. Sound S&T skeleton rise global dot volume 0.1.
Oh, nice.
Okay, this should work. Just try it though. Make sure.
I probably could have done like control it and then like actually scored, but I really just want to try to volley it for show, you know.
Ah! Don't do that.
You're not putting a hazard and going for goal.
Alright.
That's what I want you to do.
Heather isn't good at picking.
Oh.
But
Put that there.
I'll go for it.
That was in the step event, not the transition section of the state machine. I apologize.
You always play with teams that have
Audio
a really
warning.
good person on corners, like Lukaku and Ronaldo. Oh, that's really scary.
That was interesting. Does it make a higher pitch?
Because like Ronaldo, if you just get it closer, like he's gonna put it on.
Oh yeah, you give them that good corner, and it'll go in.
That's...
Right?
You know, I don't mind them being different. I guess it's because I decided to pick...
If it doesn't go in, it'll hit post rebound and somebody else.
Yeah.
This is probably
It's
just
like
a...
bridge.
Nerve Ronaldo.
I guess it's because I decided to lower it to make the pitch better for the other one. I didn't know that though.
Or volley.
What team was I when we played? Was I City?
I was City.
When we played? Oh, like Real. Oh god.
These were expensive.
Okay, they're still not quite the same. I could check, but I think
Well,
them being slightly different is almost better.
Your PSG.
You can kind of tell which one it is
Yeah, we
based
did
on the pitch of
all
it.
two best.
So let's check that off and then delete those skelly buns so they're not in the way.
Nope, I remember now. You were the All-Stars.
No, was
Maybe that's All-Stars.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I know I wasn't them. I was a normal team.
Were you?
Yeah, and I know you were Juventus.
Yeah, I remember because Ronaldo scored.
Yeah, Ronaldo scored like 6 goals.
Yeah.
No, I was Barca. That's what I was, because I remember Messi
These
scored like
sprites are just so
4.
bad.
That's right. Messi scored a.
Hey,
I'm
weirdo.
never Barca. Yeah.
Okay, at any rate, let's see here. Fix title screen
Four
crash.
goals in the first half.
Oh yeah, let's just fix that crash. Which is that control global? Yes,
Predictable.
it is.
St. George. Oh, run, Eden, run.
So we actually need to initialize these variables. That's actually, see, I did it global dot playtime minutes.
There we go. Oh. Oh wait, we both have Kevin De Bruyne.
No, play minutes.
I forgot
Play
about
hours.
Eagle.
That should have gone in.
Oh yeah, good running your own player, boy.
It happened. It happens more than you think.
So this should fix the crash that I was experiencing before. Okay, because those variables basically weren't defined. But if I want to double check, what I can do is I will run it just for 1 minute. So let's see, it's 2:32. We're just gonna, leave this running for a
I knew
minute.
that was the half when I first heard the whistle, and I was so shocked. I've never seen
It's definitely gonna work.
fellas. You hate to see it, don't you?
What do we got?
Jonathan streaming.
Jonathan streaming right now?
I am streaming
I
right
gotta
now.
see that. I gotta see that.
And there's background noise because I live on a dorm floor where there's lots of people, and that's okay.
38 people. Would that have
Let's see.
gone
I'm just gonna assume that fixed it because it's a very easy fix. I'm not gonna test it because I don't want to wait a whole minute. I'm lazy. Use twist root as a serif treasure. Okay, that's a little bit more complicated. Only because the code for that is so buried somewhere else.
No.
Serif.
Sorry, the people
Just
got
Seraph?
it with you.
What?
I'm already giving you too many opportunities. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. After that.
Assign an item. Choose.
I was gonna felt bad because it would have been 2 goals.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind.
Okay, we're adding twist root as an option.
Take a right drive, then we'll do it.
How?
Case statements. I finally understand how these work.
I
This
don't.
was something I did not learn for so long, and then I learned it in computer science class, and I still didn't like them, and then eventually I figured out why you wanted them. Only the case when you have something where you want the same thing to happen for several cases, like this, where the life bone, the amber essence, and the twist root all have an item quantity of 1. That's when I like case statements. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep using if else. I'm sorry. Maybe someone will convince me otherwise, but they're harder to format. They look weird. So, anyways. So that's that. Twist root. Okay, Vines release you if hit. We're going to try that today, but I'm going to do that after I'm done with all the other easy ones. Controller update box overlay. That's what we were looking at earlier. That's a little trickier since I thought it was an easy fix and it's not. Add a little bit of food in Canvas. Okay, I'm going to add one chest that has something in Canvas. Just so that... let's see, which room is this? Canvas house it is. Arthur. Okay.
Oh, thank you for coming. That was really nice.
You know I
Treasure
have
chest
to.
item.
Come on, you know I have to. And you know I'm gonna get it. You should have it on the ground.
Okay, let's just give this a... What item should it be? I don't really want it to be bread. Item dot.
That's a PK! That should build a disruptive of ball.
We'll do one rootwood. That's good. Because you're so low on health anyways. That's just a little bit of help.
Oh, wow.
So, because I think that will give a little bit more to start. I feel like I'd rather have players be over-prepared with items early on in the game than under-prepared. Just because it's a struggle sometimes when you're learning a new game. If the beginning of the game is easy, that's okay. If the end of the game is easy, that's just disappointing and sad. So I did that. Pit's broken at corner. That's something I'm gonna have to look at. It's gonna be complicated. Option to disable screen shake. Probably not super important, but since I can, I may as well.
I knew that was me.
Oh, I already marked that. Spec Santa specs. Sarah travel cutscene. I'm gonna push that.
Like right there, just open space.
Controller text box overlay. Sword freeze frame and sword depth issue.
You have to get a good amount of power though.
Text confirm a sound.
I'm still figuring out like how much power I need to put.
What's the sound that we're using for the text UI? Message select.
You need more power because you need that little dip, you know?
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Uh-oh.
I'm coming back. 5-0.
All you need is 3 shots. 2 shots. No, 3 shots.
2 shots and I'm winning.
Yeah, 2 shots and you're winning. Like the ball?
This is a conundrum, isn't it? So I wanted to change these so their volume is halved. Aha.
You've gotten so unlucky in this.
Watch this. This is a nice, fun trick.
I'm just really upset about that one goal still.
Will that cause any issues? Nope. We are good. Okay, now that should have made basically any time that sound plays, it's half as loud. Because we were getting some issues with that. And you can barely even tell it's quieter. Now we have to change the speed divided by 2. I'm going to make this 3. A third is loud.
Oh.
Wow. Damn. sounds like we're sliding to everyone. I literally hate when I tap in and it doesn't do anything.
Okay, and then there's another one I want to work on. Message, no, SND text. Text. I want to also make that a little quieter.
No way.
Ooh.
That would have gotten an order in case.
It almost did.
So it's already being divided by 10.
Where's my thing? Why did I just stand?
Brandon, what's wrong with you today?
I don't know.
Speech con step at line 241. Wait. Is this typewriter function used anywhere?
Maybe.
Brandon,
I don't know, bro.
you're letting me down.
What? How did I?
I need to, like how you played last time.
I know.
That you had me on my toes there.
Some days I'm just not feeling good.
And then you would have
Why is this?
I would have scored in the last second. And that header from Ronaldo.
So script typewriter is not actually used anywhere. Okay,
Well, then you know
well that's good to know.
Alright.
So the only position that this sound is played, because the other ones were all commented out for some reason, probably because they don't need to be there, is this bit.
Doing Sounders Galaxy.
Sounders Galaxy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Zlatan's about to run all over you.
What game mode? Or classic?
We can just do classic.
This is a function, a system in the game that really needs this kind of like crazy updating.
I think
But, yeah. The reason it sounds so loud even though it's divided by 8 is because it's being played a lot. So I think what I want to do is make it so
Yeah,
Are you the home team?
I am.
that it only plays, I'm going to try this and then we're going to put it back if it doesn't work. We're going to make it so that it only plays the sound when the first letter of each word is played. So either when a new text box and then it researches a character that isn't space or enter, or when the previous character was space or enter,
Oh, essentially.
then it resets that.
No way.
Yeah, do you have capacity essentially? Like, okay, you know how the Suns games, they don't put people in the top right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so even
Do I have a copy,
if you open
a
up that
string
top
car
section, like,
app?
fully available, the capacity is like 80,000, right? StubHub, before they renovated it, and they just did, was like 13,000. It's so tiny. Bro.
Text car position.
It's so tiny.
That one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Why would USA pop
Can
up?
this? Oh my
Just
good
so
lord!
tiny,
I
bro.
hate this so much.
Not
We're just
until it
gonna.
pops up. There we go. Now we just need the sounders.
No.
So close. Sporting again. That's 2 times.
Where's the keyboard settings?
Portland again. Give the sounders. Why can't? Oh my god. Give
Look
me
at it.
Oh wow, that is tiny.
Yeah. But I like it. I like that it's tiny.
Why would sounders pop up?
I don't know how
There
to.
we go. Look at the thing. Actually, no.
Should always be English, US, and not international. I use international because that lets me input things like squigglies and stuff. But
No, but did you see that black and pink one?
Yeah, that's the
It's
one
fine.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about. It's sick.
That one
I don't
is
want one.
nice. So do I. I don't like this Zulu.
okay, we're actually gonna do this as a
Yeah, that's it.
get
I
line.
know, I don't like that Zulu sponsoring them.
Yeah, it's alright.
Like, I'll still buy the black and pink
Car
one.
equals
I
that,
think I want to buy the
or
I have a red.
is this actually gonna show the new lines?
I don't know why. I don't have any of my soccer jerseys here at home, but I have a Galaxy white one.
You actually have some soccer jerseys?
Yeah.
You gotta bring them so we can wear them together.
I know, it's so funny.
Scone!
Man, I want to play soccer with you outside, bro.
Why?
It's not even a scone, dude. It's a muffin.
Muffin!
You get it from Gwen?
Yes, I stole it from Gwen.
Well, you know I go to the field a lot.
I know. I'm just waiting for it not to be so cold all the time.
Play sound.
You just don't have. Oh, come on.
Dang, I'm weak, right? I'm from California, bro.
Jonathan, yesterday? No, today. He called himself a weakling.
Oh, a weakling, Manny.
Yeah, that's what I am when it comes to the cold. Thumbs feel so big.
I'm a weakling, man.
That's why.
It's a thing. It's a true thing.
Start going to the gym with me.
No, I will not go to the gym with you.
You go to the gym?
I do.
Oh shit. Yo.
Um,
I'm always in
what I need is
Nice.
for the... Oh, hold up.
What do
This
you
is
do,
not
man?
right.
Yeah. And then before I spray my thumb, I would like do pull-up, push-up.
Okay, there. So now, if play sound is true, so if it's a space or a new line, then play sound is true. And then if it is true, and these things are true, I don't know what all this means. These are things that are conditions from before for playing sounds. Then play sound is going to be false, but it will play the sound if it isn't a silent text.
Yeah.
We just have to set play sound to true when the text is also reset. So, I think we can do that in the text end.
Alright, I mean,
Yeah? Okay.
maybe I got a US jersey.
No, where is it that we get all the data again?
Ah.
You know, like the black one that has like the blue sleeve and the red sleeve?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
I think this is the right spot. And it's gonna set
What do you
that
get from-
to true.
I got them like dicks.
Let's see what it sounds like now. This is probably gonna just be broken. Or it's just gonna
You're gonna go
crash,
home over
or
break?
who knows.
No, I'm staying here.
You can't stay in the dorm.
I know, I'm staying at my friend's apartment. I'm working, and then my dad's coming for like 2 nights, so I gotta stay with him.
I can't-
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Are you gonna come visit you?
yeah. So I'll hang out with him for like 3 days.
Is he in like,
He's in Elmsford.
yeah, where's
Yeah.
It worked.
Too far.
Yeah, he's not from California.
Let's try a longish cutscene and just soak it in. I'm thinking maybe making the pitch a little bit lower.
Are you going back to California though, during the summer?
Maybe during the summer. But I want to see a couple people.
So where is your home now? Is it California or is it
No, it's in
Ellensburg?
Elmsford.
It's Ellensburg?
I should have just listened to that. I don't know why I didn't.
Where my house is, I guess.
Okay.
Dat.
Dude, MLS
Dat,
teams,
dat,
that
dat,
looks
dat,
like
dat. Okay, that's the right number
It was like,
sounds.
You can't do what Eden Hazard does.
I'll look
Bap,
up
bap,
with,
bap,
like, a
bap, bap,
split lip.
Oh yeah.
Was that right?
I'll mess it up, bro.
Chat, what's the best thing for split lip? Ooh, that's good. Wait, nobody has posted anything in the chat.
It's a slow day today. I'm just listening to the sounds of this. I don't know if I like it or not.
Who's watching? What part of California are you from?
Southern California. Like LA.
LA? Okay, where's Kelly from?
Same area. Really, we're both from Orange County.
Have you guys seen each other before?
No, we met up here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That's fun.
Is she going back home?
Yeah. Guess I'll go home and see her too. Oh, it's lock on time, bro.
You know what? Hold on. I bet you won't.
So I'm noticing that the questions are fast,
I bet you won't score.
and
I
the regular
bet
boxes
you
are
won't
slightly
score.
slower. I'm wondering if that's
I
actually
hate
an
the way
issue.
he runs up. I can't even do it.
Questions.
What did I tell you?
Screw you, man.
Why?
Oh. It's lock on, just jump, bro. Wow.
Let's try the pitch being lower.
Huh?
I'm not talking to you, man.
Oh, they're talking to me.
I'm talking to the internet.
It's because from the corner of my eye, it looked like you turned to me.
I did look to face that direction, but that's super weird. Let's not that much floor. That was weird.
For sure, call offside. Not underground.
Shows he's got it right.
Oh man.
I really want to go try out your.
This sounds good. I think that is better. It's less ridiculous.
I think it's not far, but at the same time, it's not close.
Oh yeah. It's a trek.
We're gonna let that be for now.
Then our parents were gonna go, but they
Where
get
is the
canceled. Apparently it's
checkbox?
very snowy over there right now.
where was I have some global
Ooh,
cutscene.
Kamara. He's not there anymore.
There he is.
You see? I thought he left.
No.
Key.
Oh,
I'm telling you, y'all have a good team.
you do.
House on Dreams.
This should be like
He's really good, Alex.
2.
I like him too.
He's Spanish, right?
Just a slow text at the
He's
beginning.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
Let's see what's next.
Not Ema.
Daylight cycle, not dark. So I can't replicate that, so I don't know what's going on.
Damn. Camera also pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't know why you whip it in sooner.
Let's try to see if I can replicate it. I have a theory as to why that might be the case, but it confuses me.
Oh no. You see Rui Diaz making a run? You had him.
No, I didn't. I pushed Y. But Rodriguez, for some reason, didn't get it well. No. No. No! I used Zlatan. I knew Zlatan was gonna destroy me.
Okay, so we're gonna watch this cutscene.
Well, like, that wasn't because it's a lot of
No, we're not. We're gonna skip this
That's
cutscene.
true. No, that was well done.
But I have a theory.
Also,
Yeah, that.
you kinda got lucky.
Oh, I
with
did
the
get lucky.
ball
I'll take it.
there.
I was more lucky than skill on that.
Oh, Lodigo actually has 4-star skill move.
Yep. There we go.
That was a lot better.
7-5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that,
he's one of the best in the league, I think.
as you can see,
He's
is a
got
mistake.
one best goalkeeper.
Because the
No,
variable
no.
that I used for a cutscene
Stefan is.
did not get reset to the proper value after that. And that is this
I
key
mean,
cutscene, actually.
7-5.
No, I know what you meant.
Step fading back in.
It's his confusion.
Fading equals false.
No angle, you ain't got nothing. Okay, better angle.
What?
Was that a save or off the
No! Off the bar!
Color
What?
alpha.
What?
Screen color alpha equals 1 again. That will fix it. We'll have to watch that cutscene again though. Just to double check.
That's my ball.
And then we can fix the
Oh, Brandon,
the
did I tell
controller
you,
display, and then we're actually
last night?
basically done with this list, and we've only been working for
Okay.
45 minutes.
Oh yeah. I got back into, like,
Well, that's not true. There's several large, complicated
I see
things,
how
but they
British
still won't
acts.
take me more than 15 minutes each
He got like a 1st-degree burn.
throughout this week. So let us check. Oh, I have to watch the cutscene. What am I doing?
Is it okay now?
Yeah,
My playtime is just
it
pathetic.
hurts, but it's a lot better.
That was interesting.
So like at
Depth.
first,
What did you just put too much on it?
we have no idea.
Oh, dang, fire.
It happened like at
And I can also
9.
check the
Oh, he actually has
slowness.
a fire?
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh wow. Props to people for putting that in.
Right? Look. It happened quick too. Where is it? Oh, it's a good angle.
Daytime.
Oh,
What?
that one showed in the replay. Oh yeah, they did.
Well, good thing I tested that.
Like you put on at 9 and you said it was burning.
Ugh.
So you didn't even think about it at all. And then like at almost 12, around 12ish, he told me I could join to Safeway. So I did. to get to my low.
Okay, this is probably this will fix it
Like at
for
1
sure.
in the morning,
We're good. We're good.
1:30ish.
I know what I'm doing.
He came, like I was already in bed, and he came to me like, "Man, you can drive me to the ER." I'm like, "Alright, let's go."
Dang. Log on!
I don't think it sounds very good, to be honest. But what we'll do is we'll change the sound later.
That's just like you're off the post. Now we each have one. That was
Yeah.
I even celebrated.
That's what happens when you celebrate too early.
Okay, that works now. We fixed that. Actually fixed that. Ping noise for foggy crystal chest. Okay. Oh, there's a. What
They even
did
have
I
the
just
chant.
do?
Oh, come on, Seattle.
No!
Yeah, Diva does really good at like stadiums and crowds.
No! Stop it!
Got him.
I
I'm
heard
sure Roldan is a
tales
lefty.
that this is a strange depth. Maybe it's only if we go out and in.
It's
Oh.
a righty. That was a lefty.
Ah, there we go. That's the issue. Okay. And that's because we are on the same depth exactly. That might be a permanent issue of some kind that I should address in my depth system, but we can just fix that for now. That's an easy fix. As long as my controller is not freaking out. I'm gonna switch input mode so it's no longer an Xbox controller, so I don't do that again.
They like the deal.
Let's see here. So that is
Will you?
an issue.
Okay, yeah. I'm down to go too.
Yeah. Dan will go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so fast.
Yeah, we should go to the spring.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what I told you, bro. I said, if you get out on a break, we're off.
Two ideas? Oh no, Rodrigo.
Oh, dang. Did he score last night?
He did not. It was Liam, however you say it. He scored the first one, then Morse scored 2 back to back.
Yeah.
And Rui Diaz scored the third one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the Sanders one?
What?
Sorry, I need to
Aw,
respond
that's
to
a
this message
foul
on
for
Discord.
me.
Yeah, right? What? I thought it was miss.
It happens. You never miss?
Never.
Never. You've never missed a urinal.
How does this?
What, Jonathan? I
I've-
think you've missed a urinal. Everybody has missed a urinal, especially in the mornings when you're like super tired still.
I'm not debating the topic. I'm just questioning the timing.
I'm just saying, you think you're aiming one way, but the pee decides to go the other. Don't tell me I'm the only one that has happened to.
You're the only one who will admit that to the entire internet.
I don't care. Because every guy has gone through it, I bet. And if you haven't, then you're either lying or something's wrong with you.
Or you're inhumanly perfect.
No!
At any rate, let's find there's a treasure chest. I need spawn chest item. This one.
Is a person watching a guy or a girl?
I don't know who's watching. It hardly matters, Manny.
Whoever's watching, type in. Is it the cheese guy?
No. No one's posted in the chat yet. There might not be anyone watching who's actively engaged in the discussion at the moment. If instance exists.
Cool.
Sound. Is there like a ding? Dink.
A cracker.
Come on, Morris. I gotta put you in.
I want. What's a good sound for this? I don't want to make a new sound.
Actually, no, I'll take Ruby out. No. I'll put it right there and then I'll put. No. I'll put Rodeo out wide. And then reduce right there. Kinky. Yeah.
That's a good option, actually. We'll use that one. Global dot.
Basketball.
Actually, I don't even know if we're using that sound. Oh no, we are, but just not very often. 0.1.
Oh, I'm scoring a goal here.
Okay, good thing we have teleportation
Not
abilities.
touching the ball until I score.
What's up, guys?
I'm gonna teleport to
It's
Sarah.
here, and welcome to my live stream of the Last Librarian. See, can I be your intro, dude?
I have much experience with intros. I'm like a professional Minecraft YouTuber at one point in my life.
Really?
What?
Yes, Manny. And yes, the internet. I have a Minecraft channel. I had. Long before I was making games. I was making Minecraft maps.
Man, how do you know it's at the professional level?
It wasn't, I was joking about that part. You can tell. Just from this, it's not that professional. Although I'm very proud of what we have accomplished with this game. You know what, let's just properly play through the beginning section of this and then save, because I don't think we're gonna do. What? Go.
Rodriguez.
Whoa, that slime almost slayed me.
I've got Rodriguez in my name.
Bing.
Manny Diaz-Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
This should be a yellow. Chat, shouldn't that be a yellow? Leave it down in the comments below.
Make a pass, brother.
Alright, let's spam through this.
Pissed. How has this game taken 20 minutes?
Oh, so there was something else I was thinking of trying to do.
33.
I know.
I was dead. 40. How is this game 20 minutes long?
This week. There you go.
Which is, I want with the combat to make it so that the game actually freezes for a moment. When you...
One slot on that one.
when you hit an enemy with the sword.
I scored! I was gonna score the goal so I can penalty.
I'm so sad.
I guess we're getting this piece of heart. We didn't need that though.
Thanks, this happened. You got lucky with this game.
Also, we need to take a look at those...
It's the easiest goals locked on.
What the heck was that? That was interesting. We need to take a look at the,
What game?
It was.
Thing I have to do with my life.
I gotta do homework.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do something.
Ooh.
That's the cheese strat. Just so everyone knows it.
One more time. Where's Luke? I have not seen him all day. Or since yesterday.
I'm sure he does stuff on the weekend. I don't know what it is, but it's stuff.
Okay, this is good enough. Teleport, RM,
I'll just do the journey.
Skull Dungeon. Alright, let's check if the sound effect I added actually works the way I want it to.
What's up, guys?
It's kind of hard to tell, actually. You know what? Here's a better way.
A better way. Cloak games.
we're just gonna pan the camera onto the player. Pan the camera onto the player onto the chest that is spawned once you create the chest, so that everybody can tell what it is. Except the problem is if you don't open it, this is going to be board. This is actually going to be an issue. We need to figure this out. That should probably be longer, or like a second. But here's the issue. See, if we now leave and come back in, yeah. If not save data, key false. This will make it so that only triggers when you first activate it. This is just so that people notice that the chest has been spawned, basically. It's a pretty tiny thing, but every little bit of details. That's the thing about the beta feedback stuff, or the alpha feedback stuff too, is that a lot of it is like really not that hard. Dang it, I didn't mean to open it, I meant to check. Well, we'll have to check again. Not that hard to add, but when you're done with it, right? Everything that you do, the game is just slightly better, right? So if you do a big list of, 50 things, that's what's known as polish, right? Now the game is going to be more polished. Okay, now let's make sure that when we leave the room. Okay, everything works except the sound effect has to be moved into that bracket also. But that is a tiny thing. And I don't need to test that. I know this will work now. Okay, check that off the list. Let's check the depth issue on the sword. Visible, create, depth equals -y. This should also be set in. Wind blast and wind shield also needs these. Nope, that should all be working correctly. So the issue is that what is the issue? I'm actually very puzzled about how it's happening. Because sometimes when you dash into cutscenes, so like actually we can do that here. Watch. Dang it. We need to try that again. I love how the gems burst out of them. I'm proud of that still. See, that's the issue. Okay, I have a plan. We're just gonna do this. I think this will work. So the sword will just be destroyed when the player is, you know, that when the cutscene or a text box starts. So yeah, now the sword just vanished. Let's see. Let's see this really quick. The dash still happens, but the sword goes away. How do I stop the dash? That is the question. Player. Move. Move. I think that will work, but we'll have to test that. Just to see if they then stop moving out of dashing out of cutscenes. And I did actually just see the depth issue again, but I didn't stop long enough to. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even dash. Jeez. Let's do this right. Come on. Also, I should add a reset game button. I should do F11 to reset the game. I'll program that in a second. And I think I dealt with any memory leaks that would happen from resetting the game, but I'm not certain about that. Okay, so that the sword is deleted. No, awesome, no dash. And the dash cooldown is just as normal. Ah, see, when you're moving forward, the sword particles, you can see them. Not when you're dashing against a wall, but when you're dashing up like this. Okay. Okay, those particles might be fixed? Question mark. These particles are basically to be replaced with proper animations at some point, but okay, that looks good. We actually need the gate. Okay, fix the gate depth. Corner jumping and pit, sword, freeze flame, controller box overlay. We'll do that one next. Controller box overlay. This is actually tricky. We're gonna need some funkity code because I don't remember how this all works. So actually, let's do the option for screen shake. Menus, graphics, back. This is a checkbox one. Two, it's a type of back. Full screen, screen shake. I think I understand how this works well enough to other user events, toggle screen shake, toggle H. That's actually completely that's funny. Okay, that's right. And then what I want is two things, well, a few things. Draw now instead of this. Nope. Draw application surface, this one. Do there we go. That will disable the screen shake. This is a tiny thing. It's technically kind of an accessibility thing just for people who feel like that makes it harder to see what's going on. This game doesn't have crazy screen shake, but I kind of just wanted more graphics options, and it seemed like a good thing to add since it's pretty easy. So we actually need also a few things. This needs to be in the save and load scripts also for the settings. Partially I'm doing this too because I'm delving into areas of the code that I haven't seen for like over a year basically. I haven't messed with the settings since I added this entire system. Save settings data. No, global save settings. Okay, load settings. What is this? Global.cursor display? S underscore screen shake true by default. Okay, let's see if this works now. I implemented all of that without any errors. Didn't think so. Actually, I know what that issue is. Graphics 2. This needs to be 1. This needs to be 1. This is a terrible system, but I'm not making a new system. Nope, I still did it wrong. Come on! Such a bad system. I should have made it. This makes me want to like go back through and recode everything, but that's a terrible plan. There, no screen shake. As you can see though, the button is not updating properly. Now we have screen shake. Well, that was embarrassing. Ah, I'm stuck. Don't go that way. Now here's a funny bit. No, that's actually fine. I'm surprised by that actually, but that's... I'm pushing this. It's a tiny thing that I don't care about because that's literally the only spot in the whole game where that can happen. And fixing it is complicated and I'm tired. I'll do it again some other day. Some other day I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have fixed that before, but... so actually, I made some mistake here. What do I do here? Oh, this needs to be 1. There we go. That's not right. Don't do that. Oh, it does. I see the issue here. Do screen shake. We can actually just... Wrong value. Let's fix that. This should fix the controls once and for all. And now we have a screen shake toggle option. And actually, this is one thing I'm kind of proud of. Look, guys, we have a low health beat. You don't like the stupid beep, beep. You just turn that off. All right. Have you been streaming for an hour or am I stuck in time? Says Ivinsky. I have been streaming for an hour. You may also be stuck in time. I don't know. Let's see here. What's left? We're getting down to the like dregs of this list at this point. I did that. Controller update box overlay. Let's just do this. It's a hacky method of doing it, but confused Time Lord noises. Anyways, hello. Hello, Advansky. Initializing game pack. Nope, that's not what I want. Messages. New controller. WH center minus 192. Let's try this. This is basically just going to put the control option higher up on the screen so that it doesn't get in the way, like this. So now it no longer overlaps. Okay, perfect. We fixed that. It's a janky way to do that, but you know what? I don't care. So we're just going through and basically fixing a whole bunch of the tiny little bugs that were caught by the alpha testers, and then we will have a new version done. Since it went really well so far, most likely my goal is basically to release the beta version next demo this Thursday. So whatever day that is, Thursday the 7th of March will be the release of the next demo. Thursday night. The reason I'm doing it Thursday night instead of Friday night is because I want people to be able to play it Friday, basically. And then people have it for Friday in the weekend who want to try it out. And, yep. If there's any crazy bugs, I will fix those over my break. My spring break is this week here. So, finals coming up. I want to get the version out before finals week. And then I'll have spring break to do any bug fixing and get a head start on the next update. So in the meantime, we just have to fix a lot of, you know, various tricky issues. Vines, sword, freeze frame, Linux new lines, update credits. That's about sword dash jump. Push. Sounds okay. Yeah, we're getting down to the last little bits. I think there's some more feedback from one of my alpha testers, which I have not looked at yet. But there's not very many things on that list, so we could try that out, but I haven't written them down. So actually, we're gonna look. One person suggested the vines, which we just updated. Kindless. Sure, let's use this room. Enemies. These plant traps. That instead of just getting you stuck, that if you hit them, they release you actually. Which I think is a really good idea. I don't know if that makes them too easy though. That's my conundrum. So we're gonna try that out though. So let's just get this cutscene all done for, and then we can. Then we can proceed and explore a bit. And I want to first make sure I remember how the mechanics actually work right now, and then I can make some adjustments. So right now, basically, they chase you like this, which is a huge improvement. To catch you, then you're stuck. And if you hit them, then you can kill them while being trapped, but they don't release you. So maybe I think it would be reasonable to at least maybe lower their health, or make it so that when you hit them, then they release you. I just question that because I think that then they become trivial. But why don't we just, that's an easy thing to code. It's actually really easy. So let's code that. Like, let's code that, then go to the swamp area where these things are, try it out, and then decide. This is the step event? What? Plant trap vine. Something's up. How do these work? I forget. These plant trap vines. this can be moved up here so they're next to each other. This is tricky. Is the plant the original plant? Oh, that's the destroy event. How are they destroyed? Timer is greater than or equal to is greater than 0, else instance destroy. Plant dot state dot damaged if timer is larger than 15, timer equals 15. Okay, this is my plan. Basically, when you hit them, the timer gets made super short so that they release you shortly after you hit them, so that you can escape faster. We might change the value from 15 to something larger like 30 or 60. Yeah, so let's just make that like, let's see if it's 1 second after you hit them, whereas normally it'd be a full 2 seconds. So that just lets you shorten the time if you hit them. Makes these things far less annoying. Hello. So much less annoying. Okay, yeah, I think that's good, but let's check by teleporting to the swamp. Sorry, I just want to listen to a bit of music. Yeah, this is a better design. I don't remember who it was that suggested that, but that was a good idea. Actually, I think this should be a little bit less, so maybe more like 50. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Fine, let's release you if hit. We did that. We're actually like running out of things. Okay, we're gonna try something, and this is only an experiment, and I may decide I really hate it. So my idea is that when you hit an enemy, it will freeze the game for a frame, so that we kind of get a more impact. I don't know if that will work, if that will help at all, or if it will feel super awkward, because I can only do a minimum of 1 frame. Okay, let's go here. Freeze. Don't know what this will look like. This, oh, I didn't even, jeez. Okay, so we're gonna try. Let's just for now stick this in here. This is not the finished position I want to do this, but obj freeze frame. But let's see if this works. Idea: when you hit an enemy, it runs my super amazing fix my game script. That's probably still in here. Oh, it is down there. Look, right there. I can't even tell if it freezes or not. Hold up. That actually might be amazing. Hold on. If you can't tell. Okay, let's put it at 10 and see. This will be clearly obvious. You can tell. Oh my gosh. This actually helps. I just note one at 10, maybe 4? Trying to figure out what exactly feels just right. So the game actually freezes for just a tiny bit when you hit something. It's honestly harder to tell than I thought it would be. Let's try 6. Maybe not quite 6. Let's just do a nice subtle 5. So this actually means that it freezes for the same amount of time that the screen is shaking, which is coincidentally interesting. I think this actually helps a lot with the game feel. Like, I feel like so this and the knockback that I added the other day makes a huge difference, I think. So you watch this. You can tell when you hit something, the you stop moving for just a second. Like 1/10 of a second, literally, but alright, I'm just gonna leave that at that, I guess. I'm surprised that worked as well as it did. I didn't expect it to work at all, actually. What's next? Jump animation. Not doing that right now. We're gonna do that later. Wow. Um. We've done. We're done. Question mark? I guess I'm gonna have to check the other feedback I got because otherwise I'm done. Scrolling up to feedback. I even think most of that I did add to the list. There we go. And then I'm also going to open up the oh good, here we have a bunch of grammatical errors. We can fix those too, to keep in theme with the title of the stream. Yeah, actually, I think what I'm just going to do is update the list of things we've done and then end the stream a little early because this is another while of work. I'd rather do this when I have less things on my plate to do. So let's just grab that real quick and then so here's a fun thing. This is the devlog of the entire game since I started in these months of December of 2017. Wait, 2017? Oh, because that was December, yeah. So I basically started December 2017. Which means it's been a little over a year of development on this game. And these are all the things I added. Oh, here's the tweaks. Hold on a second. Grammar. You know what, we can just add fixed many typos, grammar errors. So I'm just going to type up all these things. We added the twist root, we fixed we did that. Sarah travel cutscene. Fixed that today. For the foggy crystal treasure chest, we made it pan the camera. Did that. So we literally did all of this stuff in the last hour and a half. That's good. Okay. Well, I have other work I should work on before I go back to game development. And I think that's all I really have time for streaming today anyways. So, thanks everyone who stopped by. The game update, the next update is going to be Thursday the 14th. Nope, the 7th. The 7th. Thursday the 7th. Coming soon. Kind of late at night, but then you'll have it for Friday. So hopefully everyone will have fun with that new version. We're really close. And it's been so much fun for me to develop it also. Goodbye, everybody.